you ready?
I felt the ladies and gentlemen, and you.
I'm sorry, bro.
You teabagged.
You wanted me to fucking do it
teabagged.
mid-fucking camera, dude?
I'm still gonna put that in the episode.
You know what? You should. It'd be fucking hilarious.
Well, I was gonna, ladies
Blooper
and gentlemen,
reels.
then you teabagged over my ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that free snippet, that free tease of Emi's OnlyFans, ladies and gentlemen. That can be found on onlyfans.com/Emi's balls, baby, Emi's balls. Which brings me to my first introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. How are you doing? I hope all's well, and I am also very ecstatic to introduce my co-host. You know who he is. You know what time it is. Ladies and gentlemen, my very good friend, the man who will set you straight when you need it most, the man who will hit you with that brutal honesty, baby. But honestly, it's when you need it the most. Ladies and gentlemen, in his house, we got Emi. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, behind the camera, we have two men, two gentlemen that will get you right every time. And whether that is in the journey, in the pursuit of that perfect sound, that crisp, that beautiful orchestra in your ears, you know, there's only one man that you need to call to get you right every single time. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Raven. You know what I'm talking about. You see it. You see it on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, there was also another man behind the camera. Another man behind the camera. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who will grab a razor, a man who will grab a knife and will have your beard looking like the Mona Lisa. Ladies and gentlemen, behind the camera, we got Diego, Miami Barber 305. What's happening?
There you go.
And ladies and gentlemen, I can't put into words. I can't put into words how excited I am, how honored I am to introduce our next guest. Ladies and gentlemen, a man, you give this man a brush, you give this man a little bit of paint, and he's gonna give you art. He's gonna give you art every single time, all right? You ask him, hey, make a mural. He said, how big? It's not a problem, ladies and gentlemen, all right? For your artsy needs, for your visual entertainment. In the building, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Ivan Roque. What's happening, brother?
What's up, my man? What's up?
How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Can't complain. Just got back from the Keys, so you know how it is. I'm feeling re-energized. A little sunburn.
Oh,
shit.
Snap. Oh, talk to me. Did you have a little key lime pie? Because that's my other venture right there.
Come on, bro. You got, bro. You ain't from Florida if you ain't had key lime pie, dog.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, this extremely talented artist was the man, the mastermind behind the creation that you see behind us. He was so very attentive, so receptive to our ideas, and really, you know, we tossed a couple ideas his way, and we're like, hey, let's hope it sticks.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, 100%.
Let's throw him a couple things and let's see what happens. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Had we brought in artists from anywhere else, California, Texas, Arkansas, you know, they would not have understood the premise. They would not have understood the theme that we were going for. So it was really someone that lived, breathed, and experienced that true 305 life that could bring this beautiful mural to life behind us. So first of all, hand of applause for that. You know, honestly, like you killed it. You killed it, brother. You
Absolutely,
killed it.
bro.
Thank you guys. I'm honored. Really am.
Now, talk to me. How's you know, when I first hit you up, you know, what's your process like when when a customer or a possible customer just throws a couple ideas your way, and you gotta make something out of it. Talk to me about your process a little bit.
So the best way I go about it is like, I always want to make sure to see what the client wants, as far as like an idea, because it kind of helps us both go in a direction, helps me go in a direction. And I mean, once you guys threw the Midnight in Miami concept, and like being at night in Miami, and this vibes, and I was looking at like the podcast and exactly the aesthetic, I'm like, once you said driving in Miami, at first I'm like, I could go with the typical Lambo with some palm trees, maybe South Beach scene, but everybody knows that about Miami, so I'm like, what's more Miami than a Lambo? Boats. There's nothing
baby.
more
Fucking
Miami
boats.
than a fucking boat, bro.
A boat, baby. Bro, you see the details. You see the top, the bikini
Boats
top.
and
I love
hoes.
it.
Boats and
Bro, you don't
hoes.
see, oh my God, the Power 96. Can we give a fucking shout out to the fact that I did not even mention anything about that? The detail, the attention to detail, man. It's unparalleled. Ivan, when did you get started on painting? When did you kind of see it as a profession as opposed to a hobby?
So back in like I'm gonna go back to high school, right? So I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. Like growing up, nobody in my family was an artist. Everybody, was sort of mechanics, and then later on in life, I learned a couple other things that I can't really mention. and then basically, like, it wasn't until senior year, I was literally skipping class to go to art. Like, I'd skip all the other classes. My teachers would see me there drawing, and I'd be drawing in the middle of that. Man, I'd skip gym to go to art. Man, that's how much fun I was having.
Yeah, I'm running a mile today. I'll tell you that, boy.
And dude, like, I was like, at first I wanted to be a tattoo artist, and like it was really hard. Well, I remember I even bought a tattoo kit. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
I was supposed to do my AP portfolio, because I was in an AP art, and I was tattooing my leg, and I go up to my art teacher. I'm like, yo, man, check out the tattoo he did. He's like, all right, bro, but where's the assignment though? This guy got mad pissed, bro. It was, dude. He had no idea, but I'm pretty sure people thought I was a little crazy, because I was like the chocolate drug dealer at the school and whatnot,
bro.
man.
Hey,
So,
world's famous, boy. I sling that
hey,
shit,
all day,
boy.
dog. Got you with them Hershey's and M&M's, whatever you want, bro.
Boy, I go to
Hell
Sam's
yeah.
Club and re-up real quick.
Hell yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And so basically, after that, I graduated, and I didn't really know what exactly to do with my life. I was thinking about becoming a graphic designer, because that's kind of like the job that that it's in the working environment. All right,
Kind
this
of
and
like
that.
pushing towards, yeah.
Exactly. And so I went to AI to check out the program for graphic design, and then after their spiel and whatnot, we were walking by, and we see it was me and a couple of my friends, and we see the visual arts department, right? And we go inside, and then like they had just given their presentation, and everybody was gone, and the teacher was like, "Hey, do you wanna sit in on this? Do you wanna like we don't mind giving you a presentation for you guys, like, mind you, we were completely off our track. We just left." And so at this moment, I'm like, wait a minute, I could be an artist. I can make money from doing art. And they're like, yeah, like, it's a liable job. You can. And so I was like, shit, man, you know what? I think I will do that. I think I will do art. And so, I graduate high school and whatnot. I did a couple of jobs here and there, but but the reason that got me to make the jump was because my mom. So we went to AI. You know what I'm saying? And I will say this. AI like is the way they do things is rather predatory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, what was your experience at AI like? Because a lot of people, I've heard mixed reviews. Some people are like, yeah, they only care about the money.
They only care about the money. The reality is, man, like, I should have never gone there because of the amount of money that it costs. But
It was expensive too.
Yeah, I heard it's super expensive.
The program's about $90,000 a year.
Wow.
I mean, not a year. Sorry, no. It's
the
about
degree or
90,000. You know
whatever.
what I'm saying? And the thing is, there's a lot of things there that bait you to come in. And there's not too many art schools in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Yeah,
aside,
the only one I can
I
think
heard
of is the
Full
Art
Sail.
Institute.
I heard Full
Yeah,
Sail.
but that's Orlando. I
no,
think.
that's Orlando. Yeah. So in Miami, you have every university has an art program, but aside from that, it's New World.
Yeah.
But I didn't really want to do the prerequisites and all this and that. So I was there. I remember at the financial aid office, and I see how much it's going to cost, And, you know, and people had already been telling me, it's like, oh, like, you know, why are you going to be an artist? Artists don't make money. You know, the whole thing of how can you say disencourage?
Yeah.
So discourage. They want to God, man, our Spanish.
Listen, man, I was gonna say yes too. So
As bilingual, we're bilingual, so don't worry about it.
that's Spanglish. I like it.
Amen.
So basically, you know, I was people were trying to discourage me. And I remember I was there and I'm looking at the numbers and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna do this. And then I remember my mom goes to me. She's like, let me tell you something. I wake up every morning miserable doing what I do. She's a postal worker, you know, so she's basically rain, heat, humidity, man. You know, like she basically works her ass off from like 7 a.m. to like about 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Sometimes it'll be so much mail. She would get out at 8, and she's like, I hate my job, and I want you to wake up every morning and being happy for what you do. So, you know, that's what I want for you. I want you to be happy.
Hey, shout out to mom. Hey,
shout out to my mom.
Slinging that paper,
man.
bro. Slinging that
Love
paper.
my mom, man. Yeah, man. And so because of her, I made the jump, you know, and I'm gonna make it, you know what I'm saying, and do it for her, and also prove all the people that were putting me down and saying like, oh,
Doubted
you know,
you. Yeah.
exactly. There's so many people doubted me, you know. A lot of people didn't take me serious because, you know, I was always kind of like the goofy kid in high school and all that. I was rather the eccentric dude, you know what I'm saying? But I never knew that I was like the artsy dude. You get what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I feel like most creative kids, when they're in high school, they usually don't know that that's who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's not too many like actual painters and artists, you get me, that can be taken to that next level. You know, and a lot of these kids, you know, that come from where a lot of us come from, you know, from like low income neighborhoods or like first generation immigrant families, you know, most of the time you're discouraged from following the creative route and the passion because, you know, you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or something that's secure.
It's not secure, for sure.
Exactly, man. So I mean, that's basically how I became an artist from there, you know. And after AI, so I was in AI, and at this moment I was starting to do my I started going out and meeting artists and all that because, you know, people kept on telling me you have to go to the network. Your network is the most important thing, you know. And so I go and I start networking and I start meeting other artists, and that's when I meet this artist named Gigi. He's from Doral also, and
Shout out to Roque.
yeah, man. So he played a huge mentor in my life, but it's funny because I remember I go to an art opening and I start talking to him and all that, and I'm like, hey, man, maybe one day we'll work together, you know. He's like, oh, maybe, dude, I don't know, you know, possibly.
Yeah.
And so we're there and whatnot, and, you know, time passes by, and I become his. So like through another friend there, like a friend of mine hits me up, like, hey, there's this artist there that he needs an assistant. You know, are you down to go work for him? You know, on a mural. I'm like, shit, hell yeah, man, I'm down to go do a mural.
Yeah.
And that was my first mural with him. And I go over there, you know, and I'm like, oh shit, it's Gigi. And I told him, like, dude, you remember when we said? He's like, oh yeah, man. And then, you know, after that job, he had hit me back up, and I became his assistant, working at his studio, and like, you know, and he's the one that really taught me the business of art and how to be an artist. You get me? Because in school they don't teach you to be an artist. They teach you to prepare for like the working world, for the corporate world. You get me? You know, college doesn't teach you to make money. College just teaches you to like
how to
the
fit
skills. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so there, you know, I learned and I started doing more murals, and I was hitting the streets also during this time. I was doing some graph, which I was whack. I was a whack writer, right? So I turned into a street artist, basically painting like these virus characters that I would call them, and these jack-o'-lantern looking things. You get me? And like I wanted to like sort of personify myself, and that's sort of like the mischief that was going on. And so as time progressed, you get me, like I kind of started doing my own career, and like I had linked up with this gallery called Art Fusion Galleries, and this was the first time ever showing at a gallery. Mind you, I'm still going to AI at this moment, and you know, it was a vanity gallery, which means it's a pay-to-play gallery, and it's like $2,000. You know what I'm saying, for a 3-month exhibition. And like I had known artists that were successful in that gallery, so I'm like, you know what? I submitted because, you know, they have to first look at your artwork, and then from there they make the decision to show you or not, but you still got to pay the money. So whatever, he brought me in. So
just because you pay doesn't mean you get in.
So you drop 2 stacks and maybe?
No. You basically get accepted first, and then you pay the 2 stacks.
Okay.
But the thing is, so I go over there. The guy's like, yeah, man, you know, I love your art. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? $2,000. And so, dude, I literally I'm broke, man. I have no money at all. Like, you know, so what I do, like I remember I went home and I started drawing a bunch of like very fast drawings there, and I taped it to a poster board, and I basically went on the streets there, like in the middle of 8th Street and 42nd Ave. I opened up that thing, and I was basically, you know, people thought I was a homeless guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't dressed. I wasn't dressed to impress per
You
se.
have a tuxedo on.
Hell no, dog. I was there, and like, dude, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people were giving me money. Like, I'd be like, yo, here's a drawing. You know what I'm saying? Some of the people didn't even want it. Some people would even be like, yo, here's like $50. I've had people give me 50, 20, and I did that shit for like a bit. You know what I'm saying? I did that for a bit, and I was working regular jobs and whatnot, but like, you know, I did that, and then I get the money together. I had an aunt of mine that she gave me a nice portion to basically seal the deal, and so thankful for that. And so we do the exhibition. The night of the exhibition, the guy tells me, "Yo, bro, you sold 3 paintings, this and that." I'm like happy as hell because, you know, I price these things at like $2,000, $1,000. You get me, like at these numbers.
How big a room? Like how much space do you get?
It was because this was my first ever exhibition. He actually gave me like this back room where it was just only my artwork, where it was supposed to be a wall.
Oh,
it was
shit.
cool, man. We had couches and shit, you know what I'm saying? We can hang out. And so he's like, "Yo, you sell this and that." I'm like, "Oh man, I'm hyped as fuck, bro. I'm hyped.
Oh.
And so after the show, I go up to him and say, "Hey man, so like since they sold, like how does payment work and all that?" And he's like, "Oh, like they have to go and measure the wall and this and that." So it wasn't a secure sale, but he's like, "Don't worry about it. Like, you know, like, I'm pretty sure it'll go through, dude." Time passes by, months passes by, and nothing, man. Nothing sold, dude. Nothing. Ultimately, I didn't sell shit, bro. I lost $2,000, bro.
So what? So do people kind of like, hey, I want to buy this, and then start the process and then back out?
So you know, like, so I helped my lady out with her gallery. You know, she's a gallerist, and went through in 7 gallery, and you know, like it's crazy, dude. Like it's people don't know how much it goes into running into an art gallery. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of energy, and it's a lot, dude. It's a lot of patience, man. And you know, us as the artists, you know, we have the skills, right? So we are, you know, we always have the thing, but you know, but they had so much overhead, so much planning, the placement, the hanging, everything has to look perfect, getting up, the, you know, meeting clients, networking. It's a whole beast on its own. You know what I mean? It's like a whole other thing, you know. So I mean, but aside from that, you know, I didn't sell nothing. So I didn't sell nothing in that group exhibition and whatever. I was pretty disgruntled about that, but in retrospect, I should have never been given that opportunity.
Why do you say so?
Because I wasn't ready. And he knew I wasn't.
You think
ready.
They were just kind of taking advantage?
Of course he was taking advantage, dude. It's $2,000. The guy was. We're talking about $2,000,
money,
and we're talking about a whole show with like over 30 artists, dude. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about like $400,000. On top of that, they're taking 20%. Over
so they take commission on top.
Oh, dude, they would take 20% off of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So mind you, I wouldn't keep 100%, keep it 80. So that guy was raking it in cash, dude. So of course, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like if you put one shitty artist and you have a bunch of really good artists, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter, dude. It's about the money. So after that, I told myself I'll never ever pay to play, bro. You know, and plus, and then I found out that when you do that as an artist, they don't take you serious. You know, like real gallerists and real artists don't take you serious because you have to put money up to basically get ahead.
To prove yourself or whatever.
Exactly. But I wasn't ready.
So I'm assuming Banksy isn't paying to put up his...
Nah, hell no. Nah. Banksy doesn't ask nobody, bro. Banksy just pulls up, you know what I'm saying? He does some of the craziest shit out there, man.
What do you think about... Have you ever... what do you think about the whole anonymous artist, lifestyle?
I think it's great, dude. There's a lot of writers that and a lot of writers and artists that they have to have the anonymity to basically protect themselves because you got crews and whatnot that are targeting them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and they got families to protect. So if you have a vendetta against like some dude that's like really thugged out guy, he might go and take it out on your family if he finds out who you really are. You know what I'm saying? Or if not, the authorities and whatnot will come after you. You know what I'm saying? If they find out who you are, they'll just gather that evidence eventually until they can fucking really get you.
Speaking about authorities, why don't you tell me a little bit about how the, I guess, like tagging scene has grown or changed from when you first started to now? And what has been your experiences as far as like when heat comes or, et cetera? Any like stories about that?
So the first thing I want to say is I'm not a writer. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. I am like I have too much. I have way too much respect for graffiti culture and graffiti artists to ever call myself that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just not what I did. I was a street artist, and then I was a muralist. You know, and now I'm a muralist. You know, I don't do illegal much stuff as much, but I appreciate the culture, and I have some knowledge of the story. You know, and like it's crazy because, you know, you talk to the old heads when you first start. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, you know, the old heads have become to go be these amazing artists. You know, that like. And they're changing it up. You know, they're changing things up. But then the new guys, man, they got so much energy. You know, they got so much power, man. Like it's just crazy. Like the daring things that they're doing, dude. You know, like Tesla, for example. Like you'll be driving by and you'll see Tesla, these massive Tesla burners or these Tesla block letters. You know, and like the whole 004 crew, Verse, Maps, all those guys, man. They're killing it. You know, they're killing it. You know, and they got the Miami on lock when it comes to the graph culture. And also, you know, you have Evolve Paint, which is it's Miami's paint brand.
Shit, I didn't even know.
That's Miami's spray paint brand all day. That's Miami's spray paint brand all day. And like, you know, all artists that paint with spray paint, if you're from Miami, you had to come across E and 004 and the culture they got. You know, so shout out to those guys for holding it down and really pushing forward.
Yeah, please.
Pushing forward, man. Pushing forward, you know. And then it's just great seeing that, you know, more and more artists and the younger generation starting to realize, like, hey, we can live off of this also. You know, so they're turning it into a business model as well, aside from the infamy and the painting and all that, and just catching wreck, you know.
Is there you know, when you're doing a mural, you know, you apply a bunch of different techniques. Like for this one alone, I know you did, you know, brushes, you did the roller, I saw you use spray paint, etc. Is there anything that you prefer? And also, what distinguishes good paint, good quality paint from bad quality paint?
So, I mean, basically, I prefer spray paint always. Me, if I can do a whole mural in spray paint, I'll do it. You know, it's faster. It's just, I mean, it's like controlling a spray can is like controlling a dragon in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's like taming it. You get me? Because it's like spitting fire. You know, and like the different caps spit different levels of fire and this and that. And you gotta have this straight up control where, you know, you have to bring this long line from here all the way from up here all the way to down there on a single swipe, and then you might want it to be from fat to skinny. That's like straight up skill. It's like whipping it. Just, you know,
the dexterity that you need to have.
For sure, bro.
Oh, for sure, definitely. I mean, there's some guys there, like, you know, like I got, like, me personally, I feel like I have all right can control.
Okay.
But, you know, you got guys like all the dudes from the FTC crew.
Your lines are straight as fuck, dude. Like,
I mean, I try, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I mean, we're talking about these guys got like it's just perfect.
I seen a dude do a perfect circle.
Oh, dude, that's hard.
It's like insane.
It's like literally you have to catch that one motion, and then in that one motion, boom, and that's it. You know.
Horror stories. Talk to me. Has there ever been a moment where, like, you know, you finished? It's beautiful. Finito. And then, like, you hit a ladder and fucking a bucket of paint hits it, you know, like something, you know, like. I mean,
there's been times there where, like, you're there, like, you might be on a ladder or something, and, you know, when you're on a ladder, you got, like, all this paint on you and all that, you know, and you have it, like this falls and just, like, it breaks and just starts spinning, and it's like. It's just like, whoa, and you're just like, no, man. Or if not, you finish a mural, and especially during Art Basel, bro. They like a lot of these out-of-towners, you know, they don't know who the locals are and whatnot. And dude, I remember this guy, like, we caught him like destroying, like hitting up one of my walls, bro. And I'm there like having a beer at the Wynwood Brewery, you know what I'm saying? And I'm so tired, like I'm sunburnt, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like, I just don't want to deal with anything. And they come say, yo, Ivan, bro, they're going over your wall, man. We got him. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck, dude? And we get over there, and dude, like, I wanted to rock this guy's face so hard, hard, bro. And
a civilian's arrest, baby.
Dude, there was a bunch of locals that just basically a bunch of the other artists that are locals were like, yo, man, this and that, dude. Everybody was about ready to like pound this guy in, and then the guy was there, and then like. And he was from New York, and then like his boy was like over there. He was staying quiet. He's like, man, I'm not gonna say shit, man. I don't want to catch this heat. And then luckily, so his big homie, you know what I'm saying, one of his mentors, he happens to know the guy that organized the event, you know what I'm saying. And at that point, he's like, yo, Ivan, chill, you know what I'm saying, like this guy didn't know, you know, he's with this dude and all that. So, you know, due to politics, I was like, yo, dude, like I'm not all right.
Did he apologize?
He was straight up like, yo, my bad, dude. I'll paint it over. I'm like, all right, bro. Like you're gonna paint this shit right now, bro. I went in the back of my car and I got the black buff paint. I'm like, dude, paint this right now, bro. And I'm just there looking at him like, all right, all right, yo, another yo, I need another coat, bro. I need another coat, dude. 'Cause this ain't gonna cut, bro. Nah, because you know what I'm saying,
missed the
like,
spot.
Yeah,
it's like,
sure.
yo, like you know. It's like you can't come to somebody's city and especially go over a local, dude. You cannot do that. That's like straight up red flag right there.
Which brings me into my next question. What are some kind of like unspoken rules or guidelines amongst, you know, taggers or amongst artists? You know, what are some things that are just common sense, common knowledge amongst people that practice the craft, but that maybe, you know, someone that's not involved in it wouldn't know?
So so there's a lot of rules to it. You know what I'm saying? It's first off, the first thing that I tell anybody that's gonna paint on the streets, whether you're a muralist, fine artist, something.
That chalk boy,
bro, you
likes to play hopscotch a lot, so you know.
Yo, so you gotta basically like learn the street rules. You have to learn the rules of graph first. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so a tag can go, like, you know, like, so you have your tags, you have your throwies, you have your burners, you know what I'm saying? And it goes in that order. You know, the throwies can go over the tags, the burners can go over the throwies, and you don't touch that unless you're gonna burn the piece and properly, you know, like paint it over and make sure you don't see none of the mural. If not, then people take offense to that.
Give us a little definition for the uncultured crowd out there. What is a burn?
So a burner is basically a very detailed graffiti piece, like a really nice, well done. You know, it took time, lots of colors, very complex. You know, sometimes wild style. You know, like very hard to read unless you're in it. You know, a throwy is, you know, your bubble letter. You know, you go fast, and there's guys that are just like, it's just a their bubble letters are iconic. You know, and then you have, you know, then you have the tags, which is basically, you know, your lines. You know, you throw down your line, boom, boom, boom. You know, your hand style, and that's like your signature right there, boom. You know, and so with that, once you learn all these things, then for example, if I'm a muralist, right? Me as a muralist, and somebody comes up and says, "Yo, I need you to paint this wall," and I'm like, okay, it has this guy, and this guy, and like, you know, they're local heads. I'm like, you know, out of respect, you got to go talk to them, you know, which, you know, I will be honest, I have committed I have committed the horrible sin of like going over them without talking to them. It's out of respect. You get me? Knowing your place. You get me? Like, yo, you know, and, you know, eventually, you know, I did get heat for that. I got so much heat that I didn't even sign my name, and I was ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. So I was like, and I hit him up, and I'm like, yo, dude, like, my bad, man. Like, you know, like I should have came up to you and explained to you guys and talked to you guys. And, you know, eventually, you know, they were cool about it. You know, like they've already reached like that professional level. You know, but like I was going over OGs. You get me? And so like I was uncomfortable already doing it. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, I'm working. You know what I'm saying?
Course,
at the end of the day, you know, I do have bills to pay.
100%.
You know, but that's what I should have done. So ever since then, you know, I go and you know, you talk to the artist, but hey, man, look, this is the situation, this and that. You know, like it's cool. You know, and if they're not cool with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, how can we make it cool? You know what I'm saying?
But then, so then what would be the relationship between, so for example, you're saying that, you know, you can't go over it, but if, you know, if this building gets tagged on the side and it's not a tag that, you know, I commissioned, won't it get painted the next over by the owner most of the times, or? It
will, you know, it will, like, again, it depends. Like, you know, if it's like a burner piece, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, then you should go and talk to the artist, you know, try to figure out who it is, you know what I'm saying, and talk to them and this and that. And, you know, some of them might get hot about it, some of them might not, you know, some of them don't really care, you know, some of them might come and want to destroy your piece, you know what I'm saying? So there's levels to that. You get me? Like luckily I've never gotten heat from another local artist because of that. You know, it was for something else, but like, you know, that's something I don't want to touch on.
Gotcha. Emi, I know that in your time in Peru, you used to dabble in your artistic creations.
Yeah, a little bit.
What was the control? Like, was it free for all, or you know.
No, it's exactly how you explained it, though. I mean, you come and you tag on someone's piece. It's a declaration of war for sure. It's blatant disrespect. I never really did anything that wasn't just straight tagging. You know, just writing my name. It was really, I guess, gang affiliated. So you're out there, someone's in the area they're not supposed to be. You just destroy their shit, or you're in the area you're not supposed to be, and you just mark your territory like "fuck you, I was here" kind of a thing. Nothing really too crazy. You know, definitely got in trouble a lot, but it wasn't like cops. Cops would just come and rough you up and take your shit and dip. I mean, it's Peru, you know.
Yeah.
It's this third world country. They don't have fucking time for you.
Ivan, for the most part, have you noticed what's the typical cop's reaction, or what's the rules? Because I'm kind of I feel like they're a little bit blurred now as far as what are the rules as far as tagging in Wynwood? Is it allowed? Is it not allowed?
No, I mean it's like anywhere else, right? It's not allowed, you know, unless you have permission. It's not allowed. You know what I mean? Like people have the misconception where it is all allowed and it's a free for all, but dude, like
it's just because it's everywhere.
They'll rush on the
exactly.
spot, but the thing is, cops don't enforce it. You get me? Like most of the time, cops will just be like whatever, because you know that person might be there. You get me? Like unless you're like if you're like tagging the street or something that's obviously, you know, not commissioned looking as far as that, you know, like then yeah, you might get heat for it. But if you're going up and you're painting on the side of a building, there's a good chance nobody's gonna really tell you anything. You know what I mean? In Wynwood, like outside of Wynwood, that story changes a little
Correct.
bit. But inside of Wynwood, like, you know, that's kind of the how it is.
It's kind of the culture of the place.
It's
too,
the culture
you know?
of the place, exactly. You know, but
I feel like as a business owner, you're like, fucking, my walls are gonna get written up.
dude, I remember one time there, I was in Wynwood painting like one of these huge viruses. Like there, like I was trying to get it done, and I used to go to Wynwood on Sundays to paint back in the day before all the tourists and shit showed up.
That gentrification.
Yeah, before the gentrification, man, and that's when the artists and the outcasts and the musicians and the actors and dancers, they were all there. That's where everybody would hang out, you know, in the galleries and everything. It was cool, man. You know, nobody really knew about it, and then everybody started bringing their friends from outside, and you know, and then like you get me, like the culture got diluted to the point where it was just like. I don't like my friends will be like, yo, let's go to Wynwood. I'm like, dude, I don't even want to hang out at Wynwood, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I feel that 100%.
You think Art Basel was the beginning of the end for Wynwood?
I mean, like, so there's two ways of seeing it, right? So, you know, when something's genuine, you know, it's like this, right? It's like something that went from rags to riches, and they forgot where it came from. You get me? That's what I feel Wynwood has become.
It like sold out a little bit, kind of a thing.
Dude, you go there and like the rents are through the roof, man. Like, you know, these fancy bougie restaurants. You got a bunch of places trying to charge for cover and shit. And bro, I will never pay
For the art galleries?
No, dude. Well, I mean, rents for the galleries and all that. Yeah, but I'm talking about for like
bars and shit. Yeah.
Dude, it was never.
It's ridiculous sometimes, bro. Yeah.
Dude, you go there, it's like, oh, $50. I'm like, man, am I fucking South Beach or in Wynwood, dude?
Bro, not even in South Beach
dog. Yo, you go to a patio, bro. You try to get in there, bro. It's like, yo, dog, yo. It's like, yo,
shout out to a patio, though. You know,
it's fire.
2 years ago, it was the shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shots Miami though, because they have a 50% off in the biz discount. And one time I just showed them a picture of me behind the bar, and they're like, yeah, you're in the biz. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm in the biz, baby.
Now you know, everybody. Go and take a picture behind a bar.
Gang.
Hell yeah.
And if you can flash you of it, if you can do like a trick, like maybe like you don't even have to land, just throw a cup up and do like this.
Actually, fuck that. Hey, we'll put a bar over here. We'll have photo shoots. $10 each, baby. $10 each, bro.
That's it, bro.
Ivan, growing up in the culture. Again, I'm not as well versed, obviously, as you or Diego or someone who is in the culture. But growing up, what were some of the, I guess, your influences? You know, because off the bat, I think of, you know, the guy that did Obey, or the guy that did the Obama poster, Change, with the different colors. Obviously, Banksy. You know, big names. Who inspired you both in and outside of Miami?
All right, so basically, prior to actually getting into art, mind you, again, like I was never into art as far as like, you know, thinking about it as a career and all that. So before that, man, I'd say like Guy Harvey, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, funny enough, Guy Harvey and like, you know, like your typical guys, like, you know, Van Gogh, but you know, you didn't really know much outside of that, right? And then after high school, like as far as on the streets goes, you know, like, I mean, I'm heavily inspired by Chrome, dude. Like, you know, Crook and Chrome, like what they did for Miami history, that's like, they're legends, dude. So, you know.
Who would you say is, I guess, your top three?
Top 3 artists and
In general, or if you want to do like streets, street as well.
well, you know what, man, we can do. So it's just it's such a hard because there's such great artists out there, man. So in terms of like historical context, the artist that that disturbed art the most, I'd say, was definitely Marcel Duchamp.
Okay.
And that goes to the Dada movement of the 1920s, and he's the one that got the urinal, and he's the first guy that basically was like, yo, boom, and flipped this here. And the thing is, nobody knew. So people knew who Marcel Duchamp was, but people didn't know who Art Mutt was, and he signed it as Art Mutt. And and so that way nobody knew who was the artist behind it. They were like, "Oh, it's this mystery artist," but it was crazy because people were like, "What the fuck is this? Is this art? Like, is this like?" Some people were like, "This is genius," And so he was considered the anti-artist because he's the one that basically got art, turned it upside down, and it's like, "This is art, man. Fucking this is what it is." The guy basically does all these, and he's an amazing painter. He's an amazing painter and an amazing installation artist and all these kinetic work and like the bicycle and this and that. But it was that one piece that disrupted art history forever, And we're talking about that's what brought Neo Dada around. That's what brought conceptual art around. Like it opened the doors to ask you what is art besides the aesthetic. So like for me personally, art is so there's two ways to look at it, right? If I want to look at it because I'm a nihilistic existential person. So, in a nihilistic sense, nothing has meaning. Everything has to find meaning. So art is but an idea that we basically put a physical aspect to it, that we attach a visual object to it. And that's where it differentiates between philosophy. You get me? Because art without some sort of object is philosophy.
Damn, man, that could be a
We just
rap.
got
That could be a
fucking
rap
deep right
lyric
there,
right there.
Right there,
Raven, are
dude.
you taking note? That could be a rap lyric, man.
Boom.
You're gonna have to give him royalties, though. I'm gonna tell you that.
Art
It ain't free.
is not here, but it's here.
Right there, dog. Right
I love
there.
it. I love it. Is there anything? Is there any style of art within the community that is kind of like, kind of like shat on, like the spill art? Is there anything that like people are like, that's a cop out?
All right, so there's many ways, and man, I don't care. I don't really care, dude. I'll throw shit, like I'll throw shots, dude. But like, I'm saying, like artists like Alec Monopoly, to me, in my opinion, like that's like, I don't take it serious, dude.
What is he known for?
He does like basically like these like Monopoly characters and like like millionaire shit, what I'm saying, and things like that, and like it's so shallow. That I'm like, dude, this is whack, bro. This is it's to be made, bro. So, you have people there that are very shallow minded, what I'm saying, that really buy into it. It's like, oh, this is the hottest thing because, the dude's got Lamborghinis and he's got the Monopoly guy and he's got like Richie Rich like that, like, yo, money. And it's like, there's concept and then there's that, what I'm saying? And then the thing is, bro, I can look right past the bullshit, bro, and I know what it's about. Dude. At the end of the day, it's money, dude. You sell icons. You know what I'm saying? You're selling icons because it's really easy. People associate, like, for example, the Monopoly guy. You grew up playing Monopoly.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody grew up playing Monopoly. Oh, bro, I remember playing Monopoly,
Fuck
bro.
playing Monopoly,
I was the best.
Hey, bro, I'm a
3 a.m., bro.
hippo,
Fuck
baby.
playing
Boom.
Monopoly. Nah.
Fucking start that shit at 7 a.m. At 7
many
p.m.
friendships were
Finish
lost.
at 3, bro.
Bro, I used to steal money from the bank all the fucking time, dude.
Oh, bro, guess it.
Yo, did you see that he dropped that shit over there?
Yeah.
Boom,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
it,
it was
dog.
over there. It was over there.
You don't want to take a bathroom break around me, boy.
This guy doing that fraud right there.
Oh, dude, you know what I'm saying? Embezzlement, baby.
But that's basically it, man. With people like that, I just don't take your art serious. If you do that, I want to see more, dude. I want to see you push art. I want to see context, dude. I want to see why, dude. I want to see art with a purpose, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and another thing is, talking about that because, something I've noticed is that a lot of times the institutions, they usually don't take street art and murals and graffiti serious. But the thing is, the truth is that the art that lies in the public, the art that lies in the street, the murals, the graffiti, the street art, bro, that's the art of the people. Because let me tell you something, man. If you're driving down the street, and you see a mural, right? The same rich guy driving his Bentley can appreciate that art, and same thing as the as the heroin addict taking his last shot of life down there before he dies, bro. You're not gonna get that in the gallery. It's for the people, man.
100%.
And the elite conceptual art world, they've lost touch, in my opinion. You get me? With so much problems in the world, you get me? The conceptual work doesn't cut it anymore. It's not what the people need, dude. At the end of the day,
sometimes I feel like it's just outright disrespect.
in a way, like me personally,
with the Art Basel thing with the fucking banana and the duct tape, that was just straight disrespect. To
What'd you think? What'd you think? Give me your take on that.
Was it hilarious? It was fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna say it wasn't.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. It was genius, dude.
That's what I thought. I thought it was. I mean,
I'll tell you why.
He's making bank. I'm not saying he's not. That's genius.
Dude, but
but
the
you
thing
got
is-
the people out there that are fucking, putting in the work and.
You have to look at his career, though. Who the artist that did it? You know what I'm saying?
I didn't
like,
look deeper than that.
dude, look at like at this moment I forgot his name, but like the guy made his name already. He did these amazing sculptures, bro. Where it'll be like horses, like cut half of horses on walls and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he is a successful artist and a legend in the Italian art world in his name. You know what I'm saying? But he did that as a way of saying like this is what we've become. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to give a fuck about that detailed ass painting that's next to me, that detailed ass sculpture that took hours and hours on end. You're going to like the clout, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. People nowadays, they get famous on stupid ass shit, bro. Yeah. And what's happening is the generations after us, it's dumbing people down. You know what I'm saying? And they're getting taken away from real culture. You know what I'm saying? Like Juan, I know you're an actor, and I know like you probably see some like sometimes these things there where you're like, bro, that's not art, man. That's like it's so simple-mindedness. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Or
and
actors playing the same character over and over again.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. And then when they get tested to see how good of an actor you really are, they fold. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. That's 100%. Why, like, for example, I appreciate comedians, for example, right?
Yeah.
Because comedians, dude, when they get that chance to play a serious role, dude, they take it so serious, so to heart, man. Like, dude, Steve Carell, Adam Sandler, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, I recently
Amazing.
saw Bobby Lee doing a short film, and he was serious in it. And he was
Shout out Bobby Lee.
Shout out Bobby Lee. If you want to come on, we'll have you on.
Let's do it. Tiger Belly, baby.
Tiger Belly. But yeah, he was serious, and for a second, it takes you out of it because you have this vision of him,
preconceived notion.
Exactly, and having but it really plays. It goes to show just how much these people have experienced, that they can draw on that experience so easily.
Of course,
because a lot of the comedians are really fucked up, one way or another. It's because they've experienced so many fucked up things.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about. Has there ever been, which I find it hard to believe if there has been, a situation where you had a customer and maybe, towards the end, they weren't happy or they thought it was going to come out a certain way, which is, I mean, if there is, it's crazy to me because we were speaking about how the colorized sketch that you sent us
was game, dude.
It was
Thank you, bro.
exactly like, if not even better. And to have something that was, I'm assuming, done, digitally, and then have the physical form of it be not only match it but surpass it it goes to 100%. Speak on your skill.
100%. Especially because we had been talking about it, give or take a week, and none of the ideas that we had come up with were the boat. None of it. Like I was thinking, your generic. Let's get a skyline of downtown or a skyline of ocean. Some generic postcard shit. And fucking right out the bat, dude. As soon as you sent that fucking sketch, I was like, "Ooh, this is it, bro."
We had no revisions.
I was so happy. We
had no revisions.
God,
we're over here like, oh well, because you had told me about we're like, damn, if we don't get it within the first 2 revisions, we're gonna have. And we're like, bro, we had nothing to say.
I feel like we tried to. We're like,
we're like,
what's a comment? What are we supposed to say?
Yeah,
bro?
we had the only thing was like how I told you that we wanted to frame it so it would be correct for the podcast, and you knocked it out of the ballpark.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
So has there been any situation like that, which again would surprise me because you got it down packed?
So I mean, early on, an early artist too, you're gonna make mistakes, especially right. So a lot of times I would use latex paint because it's cheaper to do canvas works at the beginning, and I'll never forget this, dude. Oh my god, so embarrassed, bro. So embarrassed. It sucked. I did this whole series, this whole beautiful series. You know, mind you, this is when I was really doing fine art. It was like this collages, and it was like this wolf. It was like the nature of humanity. You know, it was like this collaged wolf there with like an AK, like kind of like that, and like with the white background, and then like a dot right here. You know what I'm saying? So your eye was sort of pulling in this way, and it was amazing, right? And then this client of mine had bought it. And, you know, they took it with them, and then they rolled it up and they gave it to the framer. And when the framer rolled it up, and when the framer framed it, dude, the piece started peeling because I used interior latex. Never use interior latex. For all you artists out there, if you use latex, you always use exterior latex to paint on canvas. For canvas, dude, always do it. Because then they hit me up, and I was like, I was so embarrassed, dude. And it was my first big sale. It was like a $2,500 painting, and I'm like, fuck, dude. Like I just like I mean, what do I do? I mean, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, look, like take it off, bring it to me, and then I'll repaint it with exterior. And they're like, oh, it's already framed, this and that, you know, so we can't really do. Is there anything else you can offer us? I'm like, well, I mean, I can maybe, you know, paint you something else, you know, like at a way cheaper price, something like that. So unfortunately, from that experience, I lost that client, and it would have been an amazing client. Like we're talking about, like, you know, like I don't want to say names and all that, but you know, they held a rather high position and like as far as like the business they owned and all that. So it sucked, man. And then, you know, I had another experience there, like where like I had done this mural job there, and I had never painted on brick. You know, because down here in the South and Miami, we don't.
You never
have
get brick. Where the fuck did you find brick?
Dude, it was up north. It was a city I painted there. Like it was a city job and everything, dude. I was like, damn it. And so basically, before painting the wall,
You mean like a government job, like a.
it was a government job. It was a bid that I did.
Oh, nice.
And the piece, they loved the piece. They loved everything that came out. But the thing is, so brick breathes. It's a very breathable surface. So what happens is the paint. Like things started chipping after a year, bro. It started chipping, and they hit me up, and then, you know, they're like, yo, like, you know, what's this and that, and I'm like, hey man, like, I mean, like oh, like, you know, I'm sorry, you know, this and that, but we eventually fixed it, you know. Luckily I had a friend over there, and he went over there and he patched up the wall for me with the same. I sent him the colors that were needed, and he went and he painted it up, and we put a sealer on top of it, so now the mural is holding strong, thankfully. Nice. But I learned from that, and now every mural I do, I know how to work it. Now I can definitely be confident enough to know exactly how to treat my walls, how to come in and make sure that the paint sticks, you know, how to seal it. You get me? So now I've reached that point where I can definitely say that, like, you know, I know exactly what to do when the challenge arises.
Are you ever intimidated by the size of the mural? Do you ever have to call backup? Talk to me about the biggest job to date.
So my biggest mural to date, I would say, was about 100 feet long by about 16 feet high.
Bro, makes our shit look fucking.
Dude, it was a polar bear. It was for the Spracimo Mural Festival. Shout out to my boy Jason and my girl Amy out there in Kansas City. You know, they run the Spracimo Mural Festival. They took me out there. This was my second year doing it. And dude, it was this massive polar. And they're like, "Yo, Ivan, this is your wall." You know, mind you, I love the horizontal walls because I can, you know, it's fun and it's not so tall because I'm afraid of heights.
Hey, brother.
Dude,
Listen, man.
Dude, I've fallen off a ladder before, man. That shit sucks.
Listen, bro. I've been on roofs a long time. I've been on roofs for many years. That shit does not go away, dude. Every time I go up, I still shit myself, bro. Still shit myself. So you're not alone on that one, bro.
Dude, when I fell off that ladder, like it was so fucked up because I just finished the wall and I was signing it. I was signing the mural, and I basically just like the ladder like slips under me, and like I land on top of the ladder, dude. I'm like bloodied as hell, like all messed up, destroyed, and I have like this massive gash on my leg, and I was already running late to like a meeting that I had for the city of Boca Raton. So, bro, I like they're like, "Yo, Ivan, man, you want to see your doctor?" No, dude, I gotta go to my meeting. You know what I'm saying? And me, like, I wasn't caring about my health or anything like that. I didn't care about that. All I cared about was that I was gonna be late to my meeting. You know what I'm saying? Or that I broke my leg and I can't work because I'm a muralist, dude. That's my main source of income. You know, I do way more murals than I sell paintings. You know, so I was like, shit, dude, and like, luckily I didn't break my leg, but I was like, dude, I walked into that meeting and like all the city officials and all the other artists, so they're like, yeah, I mean, you're all right. I was like, I was like bleeding. And
I bleed for my shit, boy.
Hell
What do
yeah,
you do?
hell yeah, boy.
Banged up face and all that, like woozy from it. I'm like,
Fuck yeah.
yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I like borderline got hit by a car, basically, you know. And then after that, dude, I was like, because dude, I'm like, damn, I need to get this stitched up. Because I said to my boy, I'm like, dude, what do you think? Dude, he's like, dude, I think you might need some stitches on that. It's pretty deep. You know, he's like, shit, dude. Like, do I go to the do I go to the doctor? Like, how much is it gonna cost? And he's like, that's about $250. I'm like, damn. And he's like, but you know, I'm a nurse, you know. And I got a stitch kit in my house.
Slide, bro.
So if you want, I could do it for you, dude. I'm
Hey,
like,
boy, I'm a veterinarian. This is the same thing, you know.
dog, I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right. I mean, you sure you can do it? He's like, yeah, bro, I got you. So let me just read up on these textbooks real quick to sharpen up again.
Let me brush up, boy.
Shut the fuck up.
Bro, I get
Let
to,
me read these textbooks
Let
real
me
quick.
brush up, boy.
let me brush up on the stitching real quick, bro. So I get to his house and he's preparing everything, and I'm seeing like the needle and everything that he's gonna use like in the boiling water, and I'm looking at him like, bro, I don't know if this is an ode to how cheap I am or how much I trust you. And he's like,
Definitely the cheap.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
yeah, he's like, yo, I think it's a little bit of both. Dude. I'm like, all right, man, all right, let's do this. So, dude, I go and I lay down on the couch, and mind you, we try numbing it every way possible, you know, because
Right.
normally they're supposed to inject you and all that, but dude, we cracked open a Tylenol on top of it. Hopefully, the pain reliever would work.
Yo.
And what else? And we put ice on it, dude, as much as possible
Bro,
to numb it,
I'd have
dude.
been fucked up on that couch.
Bro, I was there on the couch, like grabbing this man's pillow, like, oh, go. And I'm there looking at the corner of my eye, and he's looking at me. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, he must be doing it because I don't feel anything. And like, he's looking at me and see if I feel the pain. Bro, feel pain. Dude, I felt every single inch. Because mind you, it has to go through the first part of the meat, then it has to slide through the open air, then go inside my other part of the meat. Then he had to, and when he pulled it, and I thought, at first he's like, yo, I think we're one, you're straight. And he pulls it, I'm like, oh no. So I was screaming like, oh God. And he's like, oh God, it's done. And he goes to me, he's like, nah, bro, we need to do a
just the
second
first
one. No, please, no.
Oh, you need a
I was
bottle.
reading the textbook and said it recommends 2.
Dude, we do it, man. And then after we get it done and everything, I started looking up, and then I started looking up some more on, like, you know, stitching on the shin. And apparently you're not supposed to stitch up your shin. You're just supposed to get surgical strips and just pull them
Yeah,
together.
the butterfly
Bro, he
strips.
skipped
Yeah.
that chapter, huh?
He skipped the chapter, dude. So we were like, oh no, man. So that pain was bad, dude. That was
Oh,
so
listen,
bad.
man.
I never want to get stitches in my life after that, dude.
I'd have been trashed on that couch, dude. Like blackout.
Oh yeah.
Bottle done, and I
need
have
a-
a second one as a backup. Like, let's go. Fuck it, you know?
Dude, mafioso style, straight up, dude. I was like, yo,
Dude.
man, like, this must be how it was in the mob days, bro. These guys just there, like, yeah, I just got a gang war. Yo, take that bullet out of me real quick.
Yo, for real, for
Fuck
real.
that, dude.
Golly. Everybody knows that you will be blessed every Thursday with a movie review of the day. And I'm actually going to introduce the one for this week in case you have not gotten a chance to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, it is called Train to Busan. I don't know if you guys have gotten a chance to check it out. Have you seen it?
Bro, fire,
Dude,
bro.
it's
Fire,
so
fire,
fucking
fire.
good. I believe it's a Korean film, Korean zombie film,
Yeah.
but really calling it a zombie film does not do it justice. Dude, it's the first zombie movie to fucking tug at my heartstrings.
I cried.
Bro, I cried. I'm a man. I cried.
like,
Weren't you? I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but
Is it in English?
No, I'm not
Or
spoiling
English?
it.
Or am I reading subtitles?
No,
you're reading
subtitles.
subtitles. But
Next.
listen,
It's
worth
way
it.
better, dude. It's always
so
way better,
worth
bro.
it.
You gotta have the
It's so worth
genuinity,
it.
bro. That's like,
Next.
bro,
It's so worth it.
think about, bro. Like, have you guys seen the platform? Like, dude, like,
Nah, I haven't.
so I saw subtitles. You know, we all speak Spanish here, so you're like, damn, you know, it's dope. And then I was hearing the English version of it. I'm like, ew, dude. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but there is an English version.
there is an English
There might
like.
be. I'm telling
back
you,
in.
you
No,
need
dude,
to do the
trust me.
subtitle version. Train to Busan, 5 stars.
Yeah.
5 stars.
Agreed.
I'm telling you. Ivan, brother, before we start wrapping up, I wanted to ask you, pricing wise, in a world so subjective, you know, as art, where a banana with a piece of tape can be viewed as, you know, how much did that sell for?
I think $120, $150, something like
Yeah,
that,
something
right?
like that. Yeah.
All right, so
That's in 100,000.
Yeah,
For
not
those
like
of you that don't know,
120.
120K, 150K.
10,000,
something.
yeah.
U.S. dollars.
obviously we, contacted several artists, and prices fluctuate from ever so low to ever so high. Talk to me a little bit about that. How do you find your price, and how do you, when you talk to someone else and they're like, yeah, I charge, I don't know, $100,000 per mural, and how do you dictate that price?
So there's many ways of doing it. So for example, me, I do price per square foot. You get me? I feel it's a really great way of playing around with the pricing, what's fair and what not. Me personally, I'll charge anywhere from $7 to all the way to $25, $30, depending on the size. You get me? Because I'm not going to charge $7 for a tiny little thing when I'll never make any money.
Right.
So if it's a massive wall, because sometimes these massive walls usually take less time to paint than a small wall, because it's less the small walls are more detailed, and since I have to use a brush, it becomes a little harder to get it done as far as time wise, versus a big mural. I'm gonna hit it with spray, bro. I'm going with straight spray paint, blasting that wall, bah. So there's that way of doing it. And so I look at artistic license. I look at is it my sole idea, or is it the client's sole idea? Are there logos involved? You get me? How difficult the design is. And then you have other artists that I know, man. I know a guy that charges $2,000 a day, and that's just his fee, dude. That's literally just his fee. That's not including materials. That's not including design fees. Dude, this guy is on point, but he is a beast of an artist.
How much of a role does social media play when it comes to your job? Do you get most of your clients from there? What percentage of your clients is Instagram, and what percentage is word of mouth, etc.?
So a lot of the time, Instagram does play a huge part, because that's the great thing about Instagram and social media, and it gives us a platform to see, but it also increases the competition. You get me? So there's a lot of artists in Miami. Let me tell you something. I've been around, dude. In Miami is probably one of the most dense places for world-class street artists, muralists, and graffiti writers, hands down. There's so much
More
competition.
so than New York?
That's tough. New York is the Mecca.
What's that place called that it's filled with graffiti?
It's no longer there, and it's called 5 Points.
Oh,
5
points, dude.
I remember when I was in New York, I would take a daily subway that would go through it, and it was every time it would open up. It's amazing.
Brought it up and I got goosebumps. Yeah.
Dude, 5 points. I remember I saw it right before they painted it white, bro. Right before, literally
I think
a
that's
month
where
before.
Logic filmed his music video. Actually, I think I know exactly what you guys are talking about.
Bro, honestly though, I'm just so disappointed, and
You can't hear Diego, but he's saying that he's disappointed. He was
heartbroken.
Did you get a chance to check it out?
Dude, I saw it I saw it a month prior to it being painted over, and it's amazing because, dude, you see Miami heads out there, you see people from LA, people from Europe, everybody, dude, was on that. It was history. It was historical, for God's sakes.
Why was it erased or painted over?
Because the landlord, I think, was selling the building. Yeah. So
I could definitely see them selling it, and the new guy was like, "Fuck it."
But it was the old guy. It was the old guy that painted it over. You get me? But the thing is, so what happened was, because once he said that he was going to paint it over, did he paint it over? I think he painted it over, and then a whole legal battle ensued. Where it was because the thing is, they were trying to make 5 Points trying to give it historical status, so it can become a landmark. You get me? And it will stay there forever. And that right there. And then it was a huge case. It was a case that lasted years. And I think last year the artist won, and they paid, I'm not too sure, but it was definitely in the millions. You know what I'm saying? They basically paid
restitutions for it?
Wow.
Exactly. So that right there, I think, played a huge lesson. I was like, don't fuck with artists. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, artists have a lot of power with the people. We were there, and we're the ones that, dude. There's a saying that goes that artists are the most dangerous people in society because we can blend easily. There's one day where I might be there painting on I'm there painting, and there's a crackhead on the corner there or some shit. Drinking beer, while I'm doing my thing, and then the next day I'm there having dinner with a CEO or something. And we're talking business, or they hire me to do something. You get me? So we're all over the place, man. But it goes to show you that you gotta respect the art, And so definitely shout out to Mears from New York for curating the project and basically making that happen, dude. So
Technique wise, where do you think that you got most of it? You know, just yourself practicing YouTube videos, going to school. The boy, I do one of those, and that's a bird for me, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, gang, you know, that's a little pajarito, you know, in the horizon.
Ya tú sabes.
So, ya tú sabes. So where does your expertise and technique come from?
So me, it's mainly from learning from other artists, dude. I'll be there like for a long time, just going up to murals, and I'll study what they did. I'm like, okay, what did they do? Oh wow, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you'll be surprised how simple of a technique it is. They just did it the right way. They knew exactly. It's all about placement. You get me? And how the lights and shading, and you know, going back to inspirations and studies and all that. You know, like me personally, my work is personally inspired by Gianni Versace, McQueen, Alexander McQueen, Caravaggio. You know, like all these guys, dude. So I gather inspiration, and Nichos. I mean, like I gather inspiration outside of graph and street art and all that. You know, you gotta find inspiration anywhere. You know, like those fashion designers, dude. I mean, like like it's crazy, dude. Like they're aesthetic. You know, like after I saw the assassination of Gianni Versace, which is an amazing series, dude.
Yeah. Did you watch the OJ?
I saw the OJ one, but dude, the Versace one's way better, dude. Way better. The aesthetic,
I haven't seen it yet.
dude, amazing.
Oh yeah,
Netflix?
Darren Criss was fucking great,
Bro, he killed it, dude. Yo, he got the Andrew Cunanan on point.
dude. Yeah, he really did. Yeah,
And bro,
I'm gonna have to check it out then.
What I loved most about it was how it's almost like they showed the polar opposites, bro. You get me? How I can't really say it because I don't want to ruin it for anybody.
Yeah.
But you see what a true genius. I mean, in a way, they were both geniuses to an extent because you know, to be a serial killer, people still have to have some sort of level of genius because you know, like this guy was famous, this guy was infamous. You get me? In life, there's two ways. In life, most people they walk the fine line. You get me? Of like. And when they walk that fine line, they tend to have a very normal life. But when you start spreading out into this and that, you may gain inspiration from here, and you may gain inspiration from there, you know that. And then some people they blossom to these amazing geniuses, you know. And then you have people that fucking blossom into these evil ass people. But at the end of the day, you got to give credit where credit is due because they were able to say, man, this guy took out Versace and he took out the architect that practically built Chicago. I mean, damn, dude, that's like, you know,
mastering his craft.
And
yeah,
and like for example, like I mean, I've talked to like, mind you, I hate Castro. You know, I hate being Cuban American and all that. I was grown up to hate Castro, but I've even talked to my pops about it. You know, and we all agree that dude, he was a genius, dude. He just used his genius to the wrongdoing, dude. And so it goes to show you, man, you know, in life, I guess we're destined. There's always gonna be this balance of good and evil, dude. You know what I'm saying? The world can never be perfect because there's always people that want to destroy it. You know?
Oh yeah.
Especially if you're like a nihilist thinker, I can see how easily you wanna do bad shit. You get me? Like, cause you're free, you're morally free when you believe that there's no moral or there is no purpose, that the moral is subjective. You get me?
Yeah, definitely get what you're saying for sure.
Oh yeah. I just before wrapping up, Ivan, is there anything that you want to tell the people? Where can they find you if they want to check out some of your amazing work?
So people can find me at www.ivanroque.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at Ivan J Roque. That's again Ivan J, the letter J, Roque. And you can find me there. Follow me. You know,
see it on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. You see it on the screen.
That's how we found you. So check out that Instagram. It looks fucking dope.
Because we were doing a little Instagram stalking. You know, make sure.
It went deep.
Yeah, we had to go deep. That's how you know. That's how you know it's good because we hit you up. You know?
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, dude.
Exactly.
And there's something like, you know, I always stress, bro. Me personally, dude, as an artist, bro, I'm always out going to every city I go to, every place I go to, anywhere I go, I rep Miami to the fullest, bro. I want people to know that I'm that Chico from Dade County, bro. So
hey, Pitbull, where you at, baby?
Ya tú sabes, dog.
Ya tú sabes, bro.
Dale,
Ivan, lastly, I just want to get your opinion on something. In such a digital world, where do you see the future of murals, the future of physical art, I guess, in the next 20, 30 years? Do you think it'll be more popular, less popular, given the instant access that we have digitally, or what do you think will be the
So I think, you know, like it's crazy because like I think that as much as we don't want shit to change, shit does change. And eventually we might go back to a minimalist approach to things, and people might not want colorful art on the walls. People might not want expression. People might want just a very robotic place, a very cold place, because the world is so cold and dark, you know? So my hope is that people are still able to keep expressing themselves and want to bring art and want to keep the culture alive, you know, because that's what makes us human, bro. You know, art is what makes us human. You know, and that's what keeps us from being. I think that kind of protects us from being monsters. You know, because we get to look at ourselves in the mirror a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful,
That's fucking
ladies.
deep, dude.
Hell yeah,
That's
ladies
fucking deep.
and gentlemen. Mr. Ivan Roque definitely came in and
He did the damn thing.
He did the damn thing. He blessed us with golden nuggets of wisdom, as we always love for our guests to do. Please check him out. You know what it is. Please check him out on Instagram. Check out the website. You see it on the screen. Emi, you got anything for the people before we wrap up?
I do. I totally fucked up last week, and I forgot to give my brother a shout out. He just graduated college, Texas A&M, and I totally fucking forgot. So congrats, motherfucker.
Big shouts, big shouts.
Hell yeah. He got his diploma in the mail, so, you know.
Hey.
What are you going to do? Corona times,
Bro,
baby.
that's
Corona
2020
times.
right there. That's 2020
Bro.
in a sentence.
Dude, ridiculous, bro.
That's
But what are you going to
2020
do? You
in
know?
a sentence. Ivan, brother, I can't thank you enough, not only for coming on the show, but brother, for giving us a piece of artwork that will last for all of eternity, or at least until this lease is over. You know, but Ivan, brother, thank you again. Please
Thank you, man.
check him out. Please, I'm telling you, he is not only extremely talented, but a joy to work with. Honestly, let him do his process, and you're gonna have an amazing piece of art. Ivan, brother, hand of applause to you, brother. Thank you again,
Thank you
brother.
guys for having me.
You know what
Appreciate
it
it.
is.
Much love.
Every I don't know what Diego's doing, almost turning off the camera because he is, bro. He's a premature ejaculator, you know, and that's life. Ladies and gentlemen, every Thursday at midnight, you know, check us out on Instagram, on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Click the follow button. Click that follow button, that subscribe, you know, all that good stuff, so you can keep up to date with all of our guests, episodes, podcasts, and behind the scenes. We will actually be having a Mr. Danny Chavez come in the show right after his UFC debut.
Nice.
So we're actually, feel free to slide through Saturday night. We're actually gonna have a little watch party, you know, to
Hell
watch
yeah.
Mr. Danny Chavez get that UFC debut W. You know what I'm saying? So
That
feel free to
fucking
slide
dub, boy.
through.
Let's
We'll be
get it.
chilling. We'll be chilling. Film everybody's reactions and get all that good stuff. But yes, you know what it is. Every Thursday at midnight on YouTube. Holla.
And it don't matter what the world thinks. You can say how you feel on midnight in Miami. When you can push it to the limit, it gets real with only one and ill. Get locked into midnight.